That phrase, "don't do it alone," is real. I'm 67 years of age. I retired before I was 62 and moved to Jacksonville. Ended up at Gordon Conwell, but through the 3 years of going through the doctoral program, I realized that I was called by God to plant a multiracial church here in Jacksonville. I knew nothing about church planting until I was introduced to the church planting template or processes that First Coast churches and the Send Network have. That you can't do this alone, and it's beneficial to be able to have a relationship such that you can call someone and say, "This is the problem that I'm having. This is a situation that I'm encountering, and how should I best address it?" But more importantly, I've learned the importance of having a relationship with other men of the gospel. So I met David Tarkington, and he immediately said yes, he would be my sending church. And so then that facilitated the process of my wife and I and my grandson joining First Baptist Church of Orange Park, and went through all of the cohort training and began the process of actually planting Talim's Church. Talim's Church stands for "The Lord is my shepherd," and that's the name the Lord had given me some 20 years ago, unbeknownst to me that it was going to be a church that I would plant. I'll never forget the first JBA, not the First Coast churches at the time, but the first JBA meeting I went to. And as I was walking into the church, an older gentleman happened to be walking in at the same time. And so we actually hit the front door together. And he looks over at me and says, "What's your name?" And I told him my name. I said, "What's your name?" "Yeah, my name is Walter." And so Walter has been a level of inspiration to me, certainly because of his church planting experience. But when I look at Walter relative to his age, I said to myself, "Well, God, when you called me to plant a church and I said to you, at this age, do you want me to do this? And Lord, I don't want to do this. Why don't you just put me in a church that needs a pastor?" And he never responded relative to my question of my age. And so I've come to the realization that at 67, that I'm going to do this until I die. And I've said that to him. And so because I said it, I guess he'll hold me accountable to it. And my wife has said she will not be doubting Sarah. And so we are going to do this until the Lord says it's time to take off my robe and to rest. But in the meantime, we're going to work while it's day. And we thank the Lord that He's given us the opportunity to be a beacon of light and hope.